Alright, and welcome back everybody. My name is Tony, and welcome to Mythical Minds. So today I was actually going to be recording this. I was going to be recording a tutorial on how I straighten my hair, what products I use, what straightener I use, and so on. Well, I recorded the entire thing, and none of the audio recorded, none of the video recorded. The light was on, but nothing happened. So, what I'm going to do in place of is going to be covering a bit on hair dye. Now, not all hair dye is created equal. It's very what is she doing? Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see, but my cat over here. Emma. Hi, honey. There she is. She's trying to sleep on my bed and I'm interrupting her slumber with my video. Nonetheless. Hi, Emma. So anyways, kind of getting back to the actual point of this video. Oh, see, she's tired too. I want to talk to you about a chemical called M.E.A. It's called monoethanolamine or ethanolamine, and it is actually one of the main ingredients in most hair dyes nowadays. Now, for my semi-professional and personal opinion, I prefer a hair dye with ammonia. Ammonia is a natural chemical that your body produces, and your body knows what to do with it. And there is far less ammonia in a hair dye if you go to a salon. Now, if you buy a box dye from whatever retailer, they can say contains no ammonia and still contain up to 10% ammonia. It's marketing. It's a little smoke and mirrors, to be honest. Now, if you go to a salon, most high-end salon brands or color lines will contain anywhere from 0.5% to 3% ammonia. And on the very high end, depending on the color line, up to 5%, which is still half as much as you can find in a box dye from a retailer. Nonetheless, M.E.A. is a chemical that they use to replace ammonia in hair dye. Now, if you look at the ingredients on the package of any hair dye, it's generally the second or third ingredient, which means that 80 to 90% of what you're putting on your head is that chemical substance. It takes place of 3% ammonia, and they have to replace it with 80% of another chemical that's completely foreign to your body to get the same result. So in my semi-professional and personal opinion, leave the ammonia in. It's going to do less damage to you, less damage to your hair, and it's far less toxic and volatile. Now, one of the main issues that I have with M.E.A. is that it's completely odorless. Well, great. You're going to put a chemical that is extremely hazardous to your health, make it completely odorless, cover it up with some other fragrances, and slap it on your head. Great. Take a real deep breath. Smell our product. It smells like berries. Wonderful. Now, going back to box dye. Box dye either contains a really, really high percent of ammonia, or 80 to 90% of it is monoethanolamine. It's a hazardous chemical. Now, that's not something I want to put on my head, and that's not something that I want to work on a client with. You also have to think of yourself. If you are a stylist, or you are an aspiring stylist, or wanting to go to school, you have to think about what you're putting in front of your face. If you're working on a client, and if you're doing highlights, lowlights, haircut, style, and so on, you're going to be there for a while, which means that you're going to be breathing in this chemical for quite a while as well. There's nothing good about it. So, anyways, continuing on with box dye. A lot of the times, if you're just trying to enhance your color or just cover grays, you can do so with a, depending on the brand, anywhere from a 10% to a 20% developer. Now, I know many of you may argue that fact, but I've covered grays with a 10 volume developer. Okay, and generally you get better results with the 20, but I have done it with the 10. It just depends on the brand that you buy. Now, if you're just trying to enhance your color and cover grays, like my hair is brownish, if I have grays and I want to cover them, I should be able to do so with a 20 volume developer, nothing more. Because I'm not trying to lift color from my hair, I'm not trying to pull color out and replace it with another. Most box dyes, no matter what color you're going, whether you're trying to lift or not, they will contain 40% or 40 volume developer. And my cat's trying to get out. Hold on one second. A little bit on developers. You have to, okay, actually a little bit on hair structure. In order to open, okay, that's not even right. This is a hair strand. 10 volume developer, gonna lift your hair like this to deposit that color. 20% there, 30% here, 40% volume, 40% developer, 40 volume, whatever you want to call it, is going to blow up the follicle. If you ever see people walking around and they've got frizzy, damaged, dry, brittle hair, it's generally because they're using a box dye. Now the thing is, if I use a 10 volume developer, my hair opens, a smudge deposits color, and it closes back down. Now your hair will never reseal completely because you have something underneath that follicle that's holding it up. But it has a much easier time laying flat, which results in shinier, healthier, more hydrated, more consistent structured hair. If you're using a 20, you're blowing it out more. A 30, here, 40, forget about it. It's never going to come back down and meet well, no matter what you do to it, no matter what conditioning treatments you do. So now if I show you the hair structure like this, you blow it open 40%, when it comes back down it's going to fall to the side. It's never going to reseal the way it was before. Now because of this, your hair is frizzy, it's dry, it's unmanageable, and it has a terrible texture. Well, great. Now you have dull color, which means dye it again, re-enrich that color. So you're going to take a follicle that's already damaged or a hair structure that's already damaged, you're going to blow it open another 40, deposit more color, and let it reseal. Well, great. Nothing lines up anymore. Now your hair is completely brittle, and it'll probably start breaking off because you've used a cheap box dye. So all of those people that are complaining about how salons charge too much, how they're ripping you off, do your research first. My hair is really healthy. I donate it. It takes me about 2 years to grow from my shoulders down to the small of my back. I'm about not even a year in yet. April will make a year that I cut my hair off to my shoulders, and I keep my hair trimmed and I keep it very healthy. Now, I do like to deposit color into my hair. I never will work with a permanent. I generally will only work with a demi-permanent, which doesn't go into the interior core structure of the hair. It only goes directly under the surface. So it lasts anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how long or how many times you wash your hair. Now, my hair is curly, naturally, and it dries out faster, so I do not wash my hair every day. I generally will wash it every 2 to 3 days, depending on the weather, and so on. Now, I have actually also recently bleached my hair, which means that this portion of my hair cannot be donated. So I wanted to just keep it to the front, that way I have got all the hair on the underside that I can still donate with no problem. But I did want to do something different. I wanted to experiment and try new product and everything, and I can't always get the guinea pig to work on, so I use myself. So all of the color and everything that you see and the cut is all done by me. Now, I don't recommend cutting your hair unless you are willing to risk the consequences in case you mess it up, because once you cut it, it's on the floor. And you've got to wait for it to come back unless you want to start worrying about extensions and blending and so on. It's a disaster. So, anyways, I probably have a ton of editing to do. I'm going to review this video and probably mix up with another one, because I'm almost positive that I missed something. But if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please be sure to leave them down in the comments box below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and have a fantastic day.